Good morning, Flosstube. We are at Stitch Mania Day 5, and I am going to show you my progress and start a new project today. So, yesterday I was working on my colorful deer. I was happy to revisit this guy again. This is a very confetti-filled piece, so it's hard to really see much progress on it. I did yesterday on the Stitch With Me, I was working on this dark green, so I got that color done. Little bits of it scattered throughout. There was some of this gray in here that that must have been the last color that I was using, and there were like scattered stitches all through here that I didn't get, so I finished those up. And then I started on this kind of pinky tan color. So I got all of that color done on the current page, and then that color continues down on the page underneath. So I decided to just continue, and I'll probably do it all on that page as well, so I'll have that done. So glad to visit with that. I am going to, like I said, try and do 5 minutes on each of my previous projects. I didn't get that at all yesterday. I hope to get it today. Today's going to be a fairly quiet day. Mike will probably go grocery shopping. I probably won't go with him this time. I have some cleaning I have to get done. And then I hope to stitch most of the day. So I hope to get 5 minutes on all of my previous projects and then get a good chunk started on this beauty. Brenda Gervais Brick House Sampler. Now this is 1/1. I'm using a 28 count mushroom Lugana, the same fabric that I'm using in her ABC Dairy and Schoolhouse Sampler series, which you will see further on down the line. And I had a question about, or not a question, there was a comment made by Maria Kutzner on Instagram. She's working on a 1/1 piece, and she was having problems with the thread sliding underneath the floss sliding underneath the threads of the fabric, which is one of the difficulties when working a 1/1 piece. So I thought I'd actually had this piece further down in the lineup, but I thought I'd move it up today and kind of show how I work 1/1 in the hopes that it might help not just Maria but other people as well. So Brick House Sampler, Brenda Gervais. As always, I've started it a little bit. The middle of the piece is actually right at the door, and of course I started there and realized that you know, the color is so similar to the fabric that it would be hard to show you what I'm trying to show you with it. So I decided to, after I finished that one row, I just decided to skip over and start working on some of the bricks on the house. The house color is Weeks Sandcastle, and the bricks are Classic Colorworks used brick. Really, really pretty color. So I've started, I'm going to say I'm sorry constantly as I'm bumping this, because I'm going to have to be, you know, working 1/1, I'm going to have to be a lot closer. So, but that's good, because hopefully you will get a good shot of what I'm doing as I'm working the stitches. So I've started this row. When I work 1/1, I'll describe it first and then I will do it. You know, normally when you're working a stitch, you come, and I always work the right leaning leg first, as you can see here. So normally in cross stitch, if you're working over 2 threads, you know, you're going to come up, say, in the lower left and go down in the upper right, and then you'll go straight down and come up in the lower left and down in the upper right, straight down. And so you get the lines on the back of your fabric. For this piece, I will do up in the upper right, down in the lower left, and then I actually cross over to get to the next upper right. So I'm coming up here, as you can see, in the upper right, and I will go down in the lower left. I want to come up again in the next square in the upper right, and so to do that, you can see I will go over 2 threads to get to that upper right. And so coming over 2 threads on the back prevents all the slippage that happens when you're working over one. Excuse me, I'm going to be all phlegmy again today. Okay, so let me show you how this looks. So I'm going to go down in the lower left and then up right next to that where that thread's coming up on the last square. It's going to misbehave on me. And you can see I've gone across 2 on the back. Get that thread out of the way. Down, lower left, up, across 2 on the back, down, lower left, up. I think I'm supposed to have 19 across here, so I think I just needed to do 3 more. Let me count and let me check. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and that's my 19th. You'll notice when I'm counting, I don't know whether this is helpful for anybody, but I don't usually like count like that. I like to lay my needle across the stitches and kind of run them across, and that way I can physically feel each bump of the stitch as I'm counting, and that helps me keep track. And then if for some reason I blink or I lose my place, my stitch is still kind of laying between the stitches, so I haven't actually lost my place. It's still there. So I don't know whether that's helpful for anybody. As I get older, I need all the little tricks I can get. Whoops, oh shoot, I'm sorry. All the little tricks I can get to help me keep honest and keep even. Okay, so I just stabbed down with this one. So the first stitch ends up, like I'll be returning back across this row. That first stitch ends up being just a normal stab down the left and then up at the top left. And to make sure it doesn't slide under, this one's going to be okay. I just don't pull it as tightly, but that one isn't gonna go anywhere. So again, I go down, going back now, I'm going down in the bottom right. I cross under 2 and go up in the upper left. Down, bottom right, cross 2 in the back, you can see that one too, up in the upper left. I hope this is making sense. I had actually wanted to bring in, I'm actually going to do that because I think it's a good illustration. I wanted to show you what the back looks like. So I'm going to pause right here. I will be right back. Okay, I had wanted to have my Harbor Haven piece in here to show you the back. So this is all 1/1 on 36 count. You guys have seen this before if you've been watching my update videos. But I wanted to show you what the back looks like when you do this kind of work. So this is the back. It ends up being a very dense, I guess, on the back because you're going over 2 on the back the whole time. So you can see it's almost like a carpeted look. It's very lush, very dense, very padded almost. I'm sure that this isn't anything new I'm doing. I'm sure out in the needlepoint stitching world there's a name for what I'm doing. So anyways, that I just wanted to show you what the back looks like on that. If you have any questions about any of this, or you want me to show you it in a different way, or again, I'll be continuing to do this on this video, but just let me know down below. So work our way back across. It gets a little bit tricky. Like seeing if I've actually done the X on that one. Once you get more and more of the stitches filled in, depending on what direction you're going and where your needle's coming up and down and how many other stitches you have filled in, it can get a little tricky to make sure you're not catching, like if I had stitches up here when I'm bringing my needle up, to make sure that I'm not catching the threads above. My thumb always helps me to kind of manipulate the holes open more. Be helpful if I was up here in the camera, wouldn't it? My thumb always helps me manipulate the holes open more. And if I do catch a thread, I just take my needle out and redo it. Sometimes I'm more picky than others, depending on my mood and my patience level. Right? We all have days where we're more picky than others. I also wanted to let you know, for the threads that are pre-cut, the over-dyed flosses that are pre-cut, like, what is it? Classic Colorworks is, Gast is, Gentle Arts, Victorian Motto, come in the pre-cut, the yard lengths. When I am working over one like this, I cut those lengths in half, because you can get a lot of stitches out of a little piece of floss. I don't like having those really long strands to work with when I'm going 1 over 1, so I cut them in half. All right, so first row done. Let me check the chart for the second row. And it is starting the same and coming in one less. Again, is that how you guys count? I know I don't need to really count that row. As long as my first row is accurate, I just base it on how it compares to the first row, I guess is the way to put it. So see how I have that one that I'm going down in, I already have thread in those holes, so I have to be careful where I'm sticking my needle. I'm careful that I'm staying on camera too. That always helps. So I thought I'm not going to go real long today, and actually I'm going to record tomorrow's video tonight. Since we're going to sheep and wool tomorrow, my friend is coming to meet us here at 9 in the morning, and we'll be there pretty much all day, so I want to have a video ready to put up for you guys tomorrow. So I'm going to record that tonight and try out the scheduling option. I tried that once before and didn't have a whole lot of luck. So I'm going to try out the scheduling option, and hopefully it will work. And even if it doesn't, well, hopefully it'll work, because we're getting out of here at 9 so we can get up there and have most of the day. Well, beat the crowds, because I want to get some of the sangria. There's a vendor there that goes there that has like wonderful different sangria concoctions, and you can buy them by the cup just to drink as you're walking around the festival, but you can also buy a jug to bring home. And by the time we were ready to come home, they were and get a jug to bring home, they were sold out. So I told Mike, first thing we're doing is going to the sangria booth and buying a jug, even if it means we have to carry that jug with us the rest of the day. So let's go back to our Know Your Needleworker tag. Let's see, I did pets. What are your other hobbies besides stitching? Well, you all know I like to knit. I like to read. We watch quite a bit of TV. We like a lot of different shows. That's our evening relaxation time. I like to hike. In the summer months, we like to get out and walk. And of course, you know I like to travel. I'm not sure traveling is really considered a hobby. It's a rather expensive hobby, I guess. But yeah. So nothing real surprising there, I don't think. What is your favorite movie? You know, these questions, what is your favorite movie, favorite TV show, favorite book, favorite music? I'm not somebody who can pick just one. You know, I guess my favorite thing at the moment maybe, well, book's easy. Book, I can tell you my favorite very easily. And no, it's not my husband's. And he knows that. But let's see. Favorite movie, I would say, like I said, it's hard. We love Lord of the Rings. We have the complete set of The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings, and we periodically binge watch those, probably about once a year. Although I don't think we've rewatched it this year. Might have rewatched it. I don't know whether we watched it last year. But anyways, I would say Lord of the Rings is probably our favorite. Well, my favorite. Mike tends towards more sci-fi, of course. Yeah. Although I love the Marvel movies. I think they do a fantastic job with humor, with keeping the storyline going, but injecting humor of everyday life. I just love that. Excuse me. I'm not big into comedies. I think most of the comedy movies out there these days are you know, high school bathroom humor that my boys think is hilarious, and I just have no time for. I think the one comedy movie that we really like and rewatch a lot is the remake of Get Smart. They did a really great job with that one. But you know, I love things like the Walter Mitty one. Why can I not think of the title? We watch that a lot. Les Miserables. I guess I'm more of a drama movie type of girl than like romantic comedies or anything like that. Action movies, that kind of thing. So, let me see. I have to stop and count again. See, we're up to about 17 minutes. We're doing good. So, let's see. One that way, one more that way. Yeah, one that way, one more that way. Okay. Alrighty. So I'm starting a new row here, and I have to go out one that way. So again, I'm going to still go up in that upper right hand corner of the next row. Go out there. I hope this is making sense for you guys. It makes it so I don't have to worry at all about any sort of slippage. And you know, you might think, well, you're wasting all that floss on the back, but really you're using so little bit of floss going over one that going over two on the back is like whatever, you know. I'm already using such a little bit with one strand of floss going over one that I don't really worry about going over two on the back. So what's my next question? Let's see. Favorite TV show? That's even worse. We watch so many. Game of Thrones. I mean, really, West Wing, Madam Secretary. I love those kind of political shows. I used to like House of Cards, you know, and love to hate the deliciously evil Frank Underwood. But I know there's going to be some people that don't like me saying this, and well, that's the way it is. House of Cards, this season, well, probably previous seasons too, I just wasn't aware. There's enough going on in the world, in our country today, in politics, enough nastiness, enough division, enough behind the door shenanigans that I decided I didn't want to watch it on TV as well. So, we like all kinds of science fiction things. I mean, really, we binge watch Netflix, Hulu, all those kind of things a lot. I love any of the historical ones, Poldark, The Tudors on HBO is awesome. I've been watching, Versailles, the one about Louis the 14th. I'm really enjoying that. So yeah, I mean, a wide range of entertainment. This Is Us, of course. Oh my God. I actually haven't watched the last 3 episodes of the season because you guys know that watch it. It just tore me up. Let's see. Favorite book. That one's easy, like I said. Outlander. The whole Outlander series. I have been a fan of Diana Gabaldon's since before Mike and I got married. I mean, I've been reading her books for years and years and years. I didn't find them like right when she started publishing, but I probably found the Outlander series. There might have been the first 3 books out when I found her. So definitely Outlander. I enjoy the TV series. Of course, it's nowhere as good as the books. My favorite type of book is historical fiction, and my second favorite is fantasy. My first absolute favorite books was Lord of the Rings. So to have a book that combines kind of both of those elements is just perfect to me. And of course, Diana Gabaldon's writings, the way she writes I think is just stellar. Like I said, Mike's are not my favorite books. I think he's an awesome author. I have read them all and have enjoyed them all. But, yeah, he's no Diana Gabaldon. Just saying. Okay, I think I am going to go ahead and end there. I have to change out my thread. And I'm probably at about 22 minutes, so that's probably good for a Saturday. So you can see it's starting to show that kind of padded look on the back. Oh, look, a cat hair. How unusual. Come out of there. Drives me insane. All right, guys, have a great Saturday. Oh, I need to show you tomorrow's project, another new start. That is this one from Just Cross Stitch, April 2003. And this is the one where I'm pretty much changing all of the colors. I'm using a Lakeside Linen Navy Bean, Vintage Navy Bean 40 count. And I just totally changed all the colors. So we will see more of that tomorrow. I'm excited to start that one. Of course, I'm excited to start all of them. So yeah, that's why we're doing this. Anyways, guys, have a great Saturday, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.